10 hospitable exoplanets discovered. There are many factors that contribute to the existence of life on Earth, but the most important of all is the presence of water on its rocky surface. If there is liquid water on the surface of a planet, then there is a possibility that life exists there. Until now, there are about 60 potential hospitable exoplanets discovered. Hello and welcome to Factopedia. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications by clicking on the bell icon, so that you are notified every time we upload an awesome new video. In this episode, we will take a look at 10 of the hospitable planets discovered so far. Number 10. Teegarden Star B. Teegarden's Star B, also known as Teegarden B, is an exoplanet found orbiting within the habitable zone of Teegarden star, an M-type red dwarf star around 12 light-years away from the solar system. It has one of the highest Earth Similarity Index scores, with a score of 0.9.3. Teegarden Star B is the innermost known planet orbiting Teegarden star, with an orbital period of just 4.91 days. The planet's minimum mass is 1.05 Earth masses. This value would be the true mass if the planet's orbit is not inclined from the Earth's perspective. Because of this, Teegarden Star B is likely to be rocky. Teegarden Star B may even have an ocean of water on its surface. Number 9. TOI 700d. TOI 700d is an exoplanet, likely rocky, orbiting TOI 700. A red dwarf star 101.4 light-years away in the Dorado constellation. The exoplanet is the first Earth-sized exoplanet in the habitable zone discovered by the Transiting Exoplanet Survey satellite. It has been estimated that the planet receives about 86% the energy that the Earth receives from the Sun. TOI 700d orbits in the habitable zone of its host star TOI 700. The solar wind ram pressure and intensity of the interplanetary magnetic field are expected to be similar to the Earth's. Therefore, retention of planetary atmosphere is likely. Number 8. K2-72e. K2-72e is a confirmed exoplanet, likely rocky, orbiting within the habitable zone of the red dwarf star K2-72. The outermost of 4 such planets discovered in the system by NASA's Kepler spacecraft on its second light mission. It is located about 217.1 light-years away from Earth in the constellation of Aquarius. The exoplanet was found by using the transit method, in which the dimming effect that a planet causes as it crosses in front of its star is measured. K2-72e, an Earth-sized exoplanet, meaning it has a mass and radius close to that of the Earth. The planet orbits a M-type red dwarf star named K2-72, orbited by a total of 4 planets, of which K2-72e has the longest orbital period. Number 7. TRAPPIST-1d. TRAPPIST-1d is a small exoplanet at about 30% the mass of the Earth, which orbits on the inner edge of the habitable zone of the ultra-cool dwarf star TRAPPIST-1, approximately 40 light-years away from Earth in the constellation of Aquarius. The exoplanet was found by using the transit method, in which the dimming effect that a planet causes as it crosses in front of its star is measured. TRAPPIST-1d is the least massive planet of the system and is likely to have a compact, hydrogen-poor atmosphere similar to Venus, Earth, or Mars. It receives just 4.3% more sunlight than Earth, placing it on the inner edge of the habitable zone. It has about less than 5% of its mass as a volatile layer, which could consist of atmosphere, oceans, and/or ice layers. Number 6. Kepler 1649c. Kepler 1649c is an exoplanet orbiting the M-type main sequence red dwarf star Kepler 1649. About 300 light-years from Earth in the constellation of Cygnus. In 2020, Jeff Coughlin, the director of SETI's K2 Science Office, described it as the most similar planet to Earth found so far by the Kepler Space Telescope. The planet was originally deemed a false positive by Kepler's RoboWeather algorithm. The Kepler False Positive Working Group published its recovery on April 15, 2020. The exoplanet was identified as a rocky planet by NASA and is very similar to Earth in terms of size, with a radius 1.06 times that of Earth. Kepler 1649c takes only 19.5 Earth days to orbit its host star Kepler 106049, an M-type red dwarf. It orbits within the habitable zone of its star system. So which of these would you want to move into? Let us know in the comment section below. Number 5. Proxima Centauri B. Proxima Centauri B is an exoplanet orbiting in the habitable zone of the red dwarf star Proxima Centauri, which is the closest star to the Sun and part of the triple star system. It is located approximately 4.2 light-years from Earth, in the constellation of Centaurus, making it and Proxima C the closest known exoplanets to the solar system. Proxima Centauri B orbits the star at a distance of roughly 0.05 AU with an orbital period of approximately 11.2 Earth days and has an estimated mass of at least 1.2 times that of the Earth. The planet is subject to stellar wind pressures of more than 2,000 times those experienced by Earth from the solar wind. Even though Proxima Centauri is the closest star to the Sun, it is not visible to the unaided eye from Earth because of its low luminosity. Number 4. Gliese 1061d. Gliese 1061d is a potentially habitable exoplanet orbiting the red dwarf star Gliese 1061, 12 light-years away. The exoplanet is considered to be the 7th most potentially habitable exoplanet found with an Earth similarity index of 0.86. The exoplanet is estimated to have a mass of 1.64 Earth masses and an equilibrium temperature of 218 Kelvin. It is an exoplanet colder than Earth and has an orbital period of 13 days. Gliese 1061 is a non-variable star that does not suffer flares, so there is a greater probability that the exoplanet Gliese 1061d still conserves its atmosphere, if it has one. Now, let's get down to the most exciting part of this video, the top 3 of our list. Ready? Number 3. Gliese 1061c. Gliese 1061c is an exoplanet orbiting the red dwarf Gliese 1061, 12 light-years away from Earth. Gliese 1061c orbits its star every 6.7 days, so it is probably in synchronous rotation with its star. It is considered one of the most potentially habitable exoplanets with an Earth similarity index of 0.68. Gliese 1061c is 75% more massive than the Earth. It receives 35% more stellar flux and has an equilibrium temperature of 275 Kelvin. Gliese 1061 is a non-variable star that does not produce significant flares. Consequently, there is a greater probability that exoplanet Gliese 1061c still conserves its atmosphere, if it has one. Number 2. Ross 128b. Ross 128b is a confirmed Earth-sized exoplanet, likely rocky, orbiting within the inner habitable zone of the red dwarf Ross 128 at a distance of about 11 light-years from Earth. The exoplanet was found using a decade's worth of radial velocity data using the European Southern Observatory's HARP spectrograph at the La Silla Observatory in Chile. Ross 128b is the nearest exoplanet around a quiet red dwarf, and it is considered one of the best candidates for habitability. The planet is only 35% more massive than the Earth, receives only 38% more sunlight, and is expected to be a temperature suitable for liquid water to exist on the surface, if it has an atmosphere. Ross 128b is calculated to have a temperature similar to that of Earth and potentially conducive to the development of life. Number 1. Leucine B. Leucine B is a confirmed exoplanet, likely rocky, orbiting within the habitable zone of the nearby red dwarf Leucine star. It is one of the most Earth-like planets ever found, and it is the 5th closest potentially habitable exoplanet known at a distance of 12.2 light-years. Only Proxima Centauri B, Barnard's star B, Ross 128b, and Gliese 1061d are closer. Discovered alongside GJ 273c, Leucine B is a super-Earth of around 3 times the mass of Earth and receives only 6% more starlight than Earth, making it one of the best candidates for habitability. The non-profit organization METI sent a message containing dozens of short musical compositions and a scientific tutorial towards the planet in hopes of contacting any potential extraterrestrial civilizations. If you find this content useful, consider giving a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. And once again, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We hope you enjoyed this awesome video and stay safe until we come up with another awesome video like this.